trying to figure out if we are live. All right. I'm gonna turn on my monitor and be using streaming software. Should be streaming. See, we already have an issue with a camera. Okay, I think we're live. Hey everybody, if we are live, I apologize. I'm still waiting on some response from Facebook to let me know if we are live. I'm going to pull up a monitor screen here so I can see if we are live on the new channel. And we are going to talk about that one. Don't see anybody on the chat, but I don't have followers on there. So this will probably just be a recording. I will try to edit this before it is uploaded as an actual video. Now I'm trying to see if I'm live. It is 9:01. I should be live. For a minute, I'm trying to see if there's a live recording on here. Are we live? Do a search. There's the channel. Says live now. Last test. It's not a test. And it's showing 20 minutes. Alright. Alright, here we are. We're live. And let me see if we're live on Facebook. Facebook chat. Is there anybody? Recording. What I'm seeing, I'm not live on. Says live video starting, but I don't see anything live on Facebook. Could go with just see if maybe we could get just a webcam up, possibly. Maybe we could do just with a webcam. All right, well, yeah, you're looking at a bunch of my personal stuff here, but what we want to look at. Oh. I'm trying to figure out as if this Facebook's telling me it's going live, but it doesn't say that it's live. It's not giving me any way of knowing if the video is live. Maybe the event, it looks like maybe the event's going. It's not letting me Okay. It says we are connected, but it's just not telling me that. I have no viewers, so I don't think this thing is up. Wow, I've gone through and set this thing up so many times, but alright, I'm gonna turn it. I'm not gonna save this. I'll repost it later. For some reason, after all the tests that I've done, it looks like we're still we still lost the stream. The stream is not, I don't know what's happened, but we lost it. Maybe we're up on X. This is a mess. This is no way to start, that's for sure. Are we up on X? Let me see if we're up on X. Hopefully this will give me enough. Yeah, it says it's live. It says I'm live on. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so this whole ridiculous thing. So X is the one that X is the one platform that just went right up. Okay, that's good to know. Sorry if anybody is watching this and we are 12 minutes in and 12 minutes in we haven't discussed any of the things that we wanted to talk about. Give me enough. Yeah, it says it's live. It says I'm live on. So, okay. Great. X is up and running. Looks like YouTube is up and running. Facebook I don't know about. So I'll work with that at a different point. All right, let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. We're going to go to this one I wanted to talk about today is FBI. We'll look at FBI. It's not the one I'm going to look for. I had these up, and with all this mess, I've lost the tabs were lost. So we want to look at. I want to look at the FBI. Yeah, there we go. I want to talk about this. FBI fires agents who were seen kneeling during George Floyd protest 5 years ago. Can this be true? Is it possible that this could be true? Let me go full screen for you. says the FBI has fired agents who were photographed kneeling during a racial justice protest following the 2020 death of George Floyd. Roughly 20 FBI employees were fired for kneeling during the protest. Firings were part of a broader personnel purge at the FBI under Director Kash Patel, leading to lawsuits alleging the terminations were likely illegal. Now, what I wanted to talk about was, were these, let's see what the factuality is on this. Now, this is from the center, bias comparison. So, looks like we got news sources from all over, nothing on the far left, but we got various news sources. So I feel like that it's pretty much from the center. I feel like we can trust this article. But let's look at it from the center. All right, let's read the actual article. It says the FBI agents who kneeled during George Floyd protest, about 20 were fired. They were photographed kneeling during the 2020 racial justice protest. The terminated employees had been reassigned from their normal duties this spring before being fired on September 26. The FBI Agents Association and Advocacy Group said it violates the due process rights of the agents. Absolutely. So, now I say that, but this is where we want to get input, because I want somebody on the other side to tell me how this could be justified. Says inside sources spoke to the Associated Press and said that approximately 20 agents were taken. Yeah, same thing. Said they condemned the firings in a statement. They earned the basic rights of dignity and due process through years of service and sacrifice. Yeah, I would say that absolutely. What is going on here? Why? How in today's world tell me how this could be justified. Somebody tell me how this is, how this is okay. How do you, somebody on the right, tell me how, how do you justify firing 20 people for kneeling at a service that was, so we could take that and we could associate that with another person, let's say somebody on the right, their death, and you could say that if FBI agents attended a memorial service, that would be doing the same thing. That would be showing some sort of I suppose they're going to say that it's not dignified, or it's not part of the agent's code of conduct to display this type of reaction. I suppose that's the other side. I want to know. Someone help me out. I want to see some comments. I hope this in video form. Maybe later I will receive some comments, and I can address those comments. But so I suppose they're going to say that showing that type of response is not part of their job. But like I say, help me out with that. I'm trying to see both sides of it. I want to some of the things that are going on now in our society, some of the things that are going on hourly in our country. I don't understand. They are so absolutely outrageous to me to think that this is our country. I absolutely don't see how I want to know. I want to understand. So that's what this channel is about, trying to bring together different points of view, and if I can ever get this thing all running correctly with this multi-stream, I want input on all sides. I want to hear, I want to see what everybody else has to say, and I'm trying to understand where we're at as a country and how this stuff can be. Tell me how you can justify firing 20 FBI agents for kneeling during a prayer. Tell me how do you justify that? How do you justify agents wearing masks during a roundup of let's say when people are disappeared, because we don't know where they're going, we don't know who's arresting them, we don't know whether they're police officers, whether they're army men, whether they're we don't know, because they won't identify themselves. So there you go. Tell me how I can, me or anybody else, how we can work that out in our heads as being the America that we grew up in, the America that we fought wars for, the America that we, not me personally, but I mean any other people, the America that we served in the military for. Tell me how that can be part of our country. This is not the way we were brought up. We were not brought up that, my understanding always thought that anybody that is arresting you or detaining you had to show a badge, had to tell who they represented, who they were working for, and had to tell you why you were being arrested or detained. Now they're not doing that at all now. We're just absolute. This is stuff that dictators do. Now, if you understand it differently, and you can explain it to me, so that I can understand it, then maybe I can help put that out to other people, because some of this stuff is just totally crazy, not American. It's not American. It's not. it's un-American. Un-American. Yeah, so I mean, we could look at a couple more of these things. Let's look at some of the stuff with our allies. Unbelievable what we're doing to our allies. All right, I'm back. So, I apologize for the beginning of this. Still trying to get it all together, but I'm gonna carry on. I know that I'm live on X, and I am live on Twitter. Where my chat is at, I don't know. I'll figure that out at another point, but I'm going to continue on. Whoa, I don't want that over there. What we got going on here? Yeah. So I'm just going to continue on, and when this thing is released as a video on YouTube, hopefully somebody will watch it, and maybe somebody will make a comment about it. So I'm going to continue on. And so I'm reading on X. Yeah, I'm reading about Portland. Portland has been invaded by our own troops. What is going on with that? How do we okay that? Our own country being invaded by. We were always told that the American military could never be used against the American people unless there was danger of the country being overran or overtaken. And now it's common. It's not even that big of news now when our current dictator, and I say that because that's what he's doing. He's doing things that a dictator does. So help me understand. Tell me why the moves that he is making are not the moves of a weak, strong man. Somebody who has to make a point, who has to use his power in that way. So help me understand. I want this stream to be, and these videos to be, I want to be neutral, but I'm telling you where I'm at now. When I'm explaining to you where I'm at, and please, if you understand it differently, respond civilly in comments, and on the next stream, hopefully I'll have the chat up, and hopefully we can get some real input, and hopefully you can make me understand differently, and I'll help. And if that's the case, I'll help others to understand more. So please, the way I see it, we have a strong man who is trying to take over cities in our country, and he's doing that to scare people, and this stuff like he's taken over the city. The government's getting ready to be shut down. He canceled the meeting with the Democrats. He just said he wasn't going to talk with them. And it's always better to talk. I gotta. All right. Let me go. I'm gonna have to step away for just a minute. All right, if you're still with me, that was unexpected. I had a child wake up in the middle, so I had to deal with that, and I apologize. That's just the way it is. That's my life. So what I wanted to talk about was the Democrats preparing for a shutdown. And on the right, they're saying that the whole shutdown is because Democrats are wanting to give free health care to illegal immigrants. That just is not true. And most people only see what is on. I'm just going to say it. Most people only see what's on Fox News. That's what they have is Fox News, and that Fox News is what Fox News and this. Look at this, Real America's Voice News. This is their headline. Democrats are forcing a shutdown to push their liberal agenda. The Democrats are not not forcing a shutdown. They just want to have a voice in what's going on, and they don't want 100,000 Americans to lose their health care off of the Obamacare is what it's called, the Affordable Care Act, because several 100,000. Well, let's say what I've read is that it's around 200,000 middle class Americans are going to lose their health care. Well, they won't be able to afford it. It's going to go up by as much as 100%, and they won't be able to afford their. They won't be able to afford to pay for the coverage on the market, on the market website. They won't be able to afford it. So up to 200,000 Americans are going to lose their health care. And what do you think about that? Why? And we're going to look at this. We're going to look at, notice how this is slightly center, but 38% lean left. So help me understand that. Why are we making it impossible for Americans to pay their health care? And we're giving tax cuts to the ultra rich. Help me understand that. Make some comments. Comment on the video as it becomes when it becomes a video. Help me understand why we are forcing a shutdown, because the right wants to take away more health care. Again, they've already taken away with the big horribly ugly bill. They took away many people's health care with on Medicare and Medicaid. So and here's where we're talking about Trump says he'll send troops to Portland, Oregon. Okay, all right. Things like this. Trump demands Microsoft oust global affairs chief over Biden area ties. Now, why is this administration wanting to remove anybody that did anything during the previous administration, even in the private organizations, private companies? I don't understand why they want everybody out. And anybody that was around that had anything to do with DEI is being completely removed. We have admirals, we have generals. They're being fired. They're being removed from their command if they were promoted during if they were promoted, and if they're of color or a woman, or absolutely if they have anything to do with anything that the right would consider to be LGBT or any of that. They want all of those people removed. I just don't understand what they're doing. And how does a president of the United States demand that a private citizen be removed from their job. I just don't understand. Please help me understand it. Let's talk about it. Help me understand it. I want to understand it. Please help me understand. Make some posts. I'm sure I'm going to get some really nasty post on X, specifically to my terrible startup, and then it'll be because of the questions that I'm asking here. Now we're going to take a look at. Let's take a look at this one. Trump administration orders federal authorities to ignore California mask law. So that means that all of the years that the Republican Party, and specifically this administration in the previous form, what happened to states' rights? What happened? That was a huge demand previously, was state rights. You can't take away state rights, and in previous administrations, and I'd be honest, just a couple of weeks ago, that side fought for states' rights, and the states having their powers when it comes to the federal government and their overreach. So, there's a law in California that says no secret police. And who could have a problem with this? We don't want secret police. We don't want people going around with their faces covered, with their insignias covered, carrying weapons, not identifying themselves, and snatching people off the streets. We could get to some really ugly stuff if this stuff keeps up, because we're going to start having people just that are nobody just going out and taking beefs with people. They're just going to start picking people up off the streets in black vans. How can this be? Explain it to me. How is it possible in our country this is happening? And then when a state passes a law that says you can't do it, the President of the United States tells his people to ignore it. How is that possible? Explain that to me. Now, how do you explain ignoring states' rights now? So help me to understand, and if you can help me to understand, I will explain that to people that see it the way I see it. So this, I'm looking at this article. It is 83% lean right. This is only the right is seeing this. People on the left are not even seeing this. They're not even seeing that Trump ordered that agents ignore this. And this is, now I'm not sponsored or anything by Ground News. I probably need to get their, I'm probably showing their site too much, and I don't know how that goes with copyright laws. But I'm using Ground News because I can see where the article comes from, where the what bias it is. They don't pay me anything. Matter of fact, I pay them a pretty good little chunk to have access to their site, so that I can see where the sources that I'm using, where they're coming from, and whether or not I can count on them being accurate and unbiased in the reporting. So, and if it's biased, I want to know which way it's biased. So, with this, looks like out of 7 sources, 5 of the sources lean far right, and 1 center. So that's very much a biased right. So help me to understand it. People that no, I don't know if I'm on Facebook. I don't know if that is. I do not know if that's going through, but people that know me locally, please. There's a few of you I know that are MAGA, without being nasty, and help me to understand. Tell me how we don't go by states' rights now because we don't like the law that is passed. Tell me how that works. Now we're looking at I was looking at the sale of TikTok. I'm looking at the sale of TikTok. What have we done here? Now we have the American oligarchs. The 4 richest people in the world now are going to own this part of TikTok that we are going to have. You know what? What are we doing here? You on the left, on the right, you have always accused the media of being biased. But for the last several years, most of the newspapers, most of the the biggest news organizations, the most watched news organizations, the cable news organizations, papers in Washington, D.C., Paramount, all of those things are owned by people on the right. And we have seen in the past few years how that has affected. For instance, newspapers that were owned by billionaires that decided they weren't going to, because they found out that the paper was going to endorse the candidate on the left, they just decided that they don't do endorsements any longer. That help me understand that. Somebody help me understand that. I don't understand it. TikTok should have been banned and out of here a couple of years ago. Why? This is, now Trump says that this deal is through. Nobody has seen anything in writing. Nobody has seen any details about this deal, so we don't know what really is going on with this deal. Nobody really knows what's going on with this deal. I searched everywhere and couldn't find anything that told about the details. I don't. How is this deal going to work when the problem is China has the ability to influence. China has the ability to influence us through the use of the algorithm, and that's still going to be there. Of course, the way it's going to be set up, the owner of Oracle, I think the guy's like in his 80s. So now we have a bunch of octarians, running our country, and they're running all of our sources of news information. What are we doing? What are we doing? I mean, we should have term limits and age limits on. Come on, we didn't. The last few elections should have taught us that there should be an age at which you're not allowed to run for president any longer. We've had just. They're out of touch. They're too old. That's something that we could discuss at another point. Maybe on another stream if I can keep this thing going. So, how are they going to keep TikTok? How are they going to keep the Chinese from influencing, our country through the use of the algorithm? Because China's still going to be in control. So I honestly do not think that anyone has made a deal with ByteDance. That's who owns TikTok, which is an arm of the Chinese government. But I don't think there's a deal that's been made yet, but because there is an actual law that means this thing has to be shut down unless something's done. I think Trump is, he doesn't tell the truth. A lot of times he doesn't tell the truth, and I think this is another case where he's just not telling the truth. And there's no deal for TikTok. So, somebody help me understand. Here we go. Here's another one. U.S. revoked the Colombian president's visa because Trump didn't like it that he was at a pro-Palestinian protest. What are we doing? I thought this president wants to. He'll do anything for a Nobel Peace Prize. Anything. He would do anything for a Nobel Peace Prize. What are we doing in South America? Why are we starting more wars? Last I heard, this president, he said that he had stopped 7 wars in the last 6 months. Okay. And I don't even know. I don't even know what to say to that. Truthfully, I don't have an answer. Yeah. So why is he wanting to start another one or two? And he's flip flopped on Ukraine. Now he's ready for the Ukrainians to just kick Russia's ass now. I think he realized Putin was playing him for let's just say he's playing him for a pussy. Our president was being played because he is obsessed with wanting to be a in that club of strong men, you know, and how does Trump keep getting the Supreme Court to take up these cases when last summer when we needed them to give us some answer on there was 3 cases that we needed answers on, and they said it would take them 9 months to get an answer. Now that says something. That tells us where we're at right now in this democracy. That's why, you know, the name of the channel is Democracy on Defense, because the democracy is on defense. Things like that just bring it right out in the open. I mean, you know, the Supreme Court has heard the last 4 or 5 little issues. Trump wanting his way on issues, and the Supreme Court immediately took up all of those cases when we really needed guidance on cases back last summer that would have determined whether or not this president would have been serving time in a prison right now instead of acting as president of the United States. But you know, we never got those answers, and then they just said they wouldn't even make a response because it wouldn't matter anymore. So that tells us where we're at, and that's why we are a democracy on defense. And I don't want the channel to be left. I don't want my information brought to you to be on the left. I want both sides. But this is the way I see it through my eyes. So I'm reporting to you things that I see that need discussion, and why people on the side that I am, why they have issues with things. So I hope that made some kind of sense. Hopefully there'll be some responses in the comments on at the end of the stream. I'm going to go on for a few minutes past, if the schedule allows me to go on a few minutes past 9 o'clock. I'm going to, because it was like 12-15 minutes before I ever even got the stream up at the beginning at 9 o'clock. So yeah, and that was another thing to discuss, comment on. We'll discuss on Tuesday or next Saturday. Nexstar and Sinclair, they already brought back Jimmy Kimmel's show. He's already back on. It was like 6 nights that he was off the air. And, you know, I don't know. I don't have the articles now, but some of the articles I was looking at were really biased towards the left. So guys on the right, people on the right, they weren't seeing it. But Jimmy Kimmel's biggest nights of his show, the second most popular show that he's ever had, was the night that he came back after all of that. So, and he's been putting up his best numbers of his show. He's putting up the best numbers that he's ever had since he came back. So it brought people's attention to what was going on. Jimmy Kimmel said thank you to Donald Trump, because, you know, if Trump hadn't of Trump made him the most, gave him the most the best rated show that he's had. Trump caused it by keeping him in the news, and a president personally calling for the end of somebody's job or a television show is just going too far. It's not what we expect in the American dream of a democracy. What's going on? Why were we even there? So anyway, Jimmy Kimmel's back on the air. We can talk about that. This is one of the quick answers that we got from the Supreme Court. That's really nothing new, but Trump withheld $4 billion in foreign aid funding, and it was earmarked by Congress, and Trump decided that he didn't think it, even though Congress has approved it and sent it. He took it away. And of course, we see it was the decision was yesterday. The Supreme Court just handed Donald Trump something of no president should have. That's the power to ignore Congress's decision on federal spending. Congress is supposed to be the power of the purse, but once again, a 6-3 decision. What does that tell you? A 6-3 decision. The court froze $5 billion in money that Congress had already approved. Congress decided that money was supposed to go there. But Trump claimed that the executive branch can block funding if it goes against his foreign policy ideas. And going along with what this author says, it signals where we're headed as a country and what we can look forward to in the next 3 years. It's really going to get rocky. If we make it through, I don't know if we're going to make it through. This Supreme Court has handed so much power to a man who is he's doing everything he can to be a dictator. Hey, help me out here. Help me understand it differently. I want to understand it. I want to understand how if you believe this is a good decision, I want to understand how your mind can make this right. Help me out. Let's talk. Hopefully I can get this stream. I don't know why the comments sections. I don't know why my comments are. I don't know why I'm not getting any of that. But we'll try to get that going, and hopefully I'll get some answers. Hopefully I'll get some questions when this thing turns into a video, and we'll have some stuff ready for the next time. So I guess we're going to end it there, and I look forward. You can find me, of course, on YouTube. I have a channel called The Way I Do It by Mark. That's not related to this channel, but then the next one is you can find me at Democracy on Defense. Subscribe on YouTube, and then you're finding me here on X, so you know where to get me on X, and so. I hope to see some comments. I know I'll get a lot of troll comments, but that's okay. But I hope some of them leave some actual real comments that are looking towards making things better, or let's figuring out this democracy. You know, even if they're trolls, come on, give me some, try to make me understand. I want to understand why you guys see things the way you do. So, like I said, I know that's going to be, I know the comment section's going to be really rough on me tonight because of this video. This has been, this stream has been pretty chaotic. I know that. I know that. And so it looks like I don't have, I had no live chat. I did find the chat. I have no live chat because the channel just doesn't have enough subscribers. I don't know how to really get this thing going to where we have subscribers and can actually get something going. Next week I may stream from my main channel because I have enough subscribers there to maybe have an interesting chat. So that's what I'm looking for, is to try to get this, try to get an interesting chat, and trying to get some input. So, tell me what you think about some of these things I brought up. Leave some comments, however you see it. Leave comments on the stream. I know it sucked. I know I didn't get it up running in time. I haven't gotten I don't have a lot of visuals for you yet, but I wanted to go live tonight no matter what, even if it was a clusterfuck. I wanted to at least get it going and run it for an hour and maybe learn something. I did. I actually got some things set up while I was talking to you that'll be useful for the next stream. So, there we are. Please don't take anything I said tonight as me being set in a certain. I want to be open-minded, and I want to hear how you see it differently from me. So I really do. So hopefully somebody will see this and maybe they will subscribe or watch next week. So I'm going to work on getting the message out and maybe getting this thing maybe we'll get some more people in here next week. All right, I'm going to get off here and we'll end it there. If you're watching, probably somebody out there, thanks for watching any part.